Hello everyone, welcome to another video here on Very Cold Lasagna. I just wanted to offer some of my quick takes on this particular subject because it's been eating me for a while, and that is Roman Reigns, and not particularly him, Roman Reigns himself, because, well, personally, I love me some Tribal Chief. I love what he's been doing, what he's been bringing to the table, because that's who he is. He's the head of the table. He's our Tribal Chief. We must acknowledge him. We are not worthy of our tribal champion, our tribal undisputed universal WWE champion, by the way. However, what I'm not going to acknowledge is the fact that WWE has been absolutely failing him for the last couple of months. Actually, let alone the last several months, to be honest with you. Because let's keep this in mind. Ever since he's won the undisputed WWE Championship, he's only been on TV twice, if I remember correctly. At least twice. One was the 6-man tag team main event at Backlash, and then just recently he was on SmackDown defending the Universal Championship, or the Undisputed Championship, against Matt Riddle, and he won. And then lo and behold, Brock Lesnar comes out to save the day, and we're getting a rematch at Summerslam. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Cowboy Brock, but I was just ready. I was just ready for both of these men to move on from each other, because we've seen this match countless times. And I know there's going to be naysayers saying, oh, Brock looks like a badass. Brock is the only legitimate option that they have. Well, which is true. Which is legitimately true, because, well, the rest of the roster either sucks or, in the case of Cody Rhodes, injured. The roster is pretty banged up at the moment. However, that doesn't change the fact that throughout the course of Roman Reigns' Universal title run, WWE's creative, or lack thereof, has failed to absolutely build anyone up to at least, be a part of the main event scene, be a part around that circle of life around Roman Reigns and that world title picture. You had Drew McIntyre, but unfortunately, he's been built up. He's been pushed like a goof ever since he lost the WWE Championship. I think it was over a year ago. And then you had Randy Orton, but sadly he got injured. Bobby Lashley, he's doing whatever the heck he's doing with Austin Theory in the U.S. title. And I think that was the only last legitimate option that WWE had. But then I don't know why they stuck Lashley in the feud with Austin Theory. Heaven knows why. So what do you have left? What do you freaking have left? Brock Lesnar, and that's sad. That is really sad. And I know the rest of the roster is pretty much just jobbers pretending to be main eventers for Christ's sakes. But god damn it, it's just a sad reality that as much as I like Brock Lesnar and this new cowboy shit, this real cowboy shit, it just sucks. It just really, really sucks that we're back to this infinite circle between Lesnar and Reigns. Now, they're going to be facing a last man standing match, and I got to be honest with you, I don't really care. I don't really give a care in the world for this matchup, because it's just, we've seen what they're going to do. We see what they're going to do in steel cage matches. We've seen what they're going to do in no disqualification matches. We've seen what they do in regular matches that feel and look like no disqualification matches. At the end of the day, it's not so much on Roman Reigns. Even though sometimes his promos do feel a little like repetitive and baked recently, compared to when they were like early in his title reign, where he was really, really playing up to his tribal chief character, his gimmick. And then when he won actually that's when he started the tribal chief, when he won the Universal Championship. But that was just even bolstered as the year went on, when he faced guys like Edge and Cena and Daniel Bryan and so forth. But I guess just the thing is, now as we enter, the year 3 of his title reign, and looking back at his year 2, oh my God, it's honestly not that great. It wasn't that great of a year for Roman Reigns, and I don't blame much of it on him. And sure, like you could say, like, why doesn't Roman Reigns say anything? Well, shit WWE creative, and the roster being stupid. The roster itself is just stupid as hell. So overall, I'm just not happy where things stand with the Roman Reigns' Universal Championship run. And it's just a sad position where they're at. It's just a really sad position where he is at, because he could definitely have more opponents other than Brock Lesnar, but injuries happen, and well, terrible creative and a terrible roster itself does that to your world champion. So I don't know what to tell you from there. But anyway, that's just my quick take on Roman Reigns in this unfortunate situation regarding his year 2, I guess you could call it a year 2 Universal Championship run. And we're going into the third act. I guess you could call it the third act of his title run, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, this is DylanLasagna of Very Cold Lasagna signing out. And until next time, peace out.